While many are pleased with the new president of South Africa, they're also expecting Cyril Ramaphosa to work hard and fast to get the economy back on track.
It has impacted on unemployment, job creation because of corrupt activities. What was meant for the people did not reach them. So I would love for him to tackle that immediately. The issue of corruption, of course, the service delivery, the people are still needing. Those things that were taken by the corrupt activity, the corrupt people, it means they are not there. So he must reach out to them, deliver to our people and change their lives.
Ramaphosa received a warm welcome in Parliament, but the real work starts now. The next big international meeting will be the BRICS Summit in July, and it will be held here in South Africa. Before that, Ramaphosa needs to allay the fears of international rating agencies. In his first address to Parliament, Ramaphosa promised to put in place a strong and competent team to address the challenges that lie ahead.
We should choose a great team. That's precisely what our people deserve. To have a team that will work for in their interests. Yes, and also that all of us, it does not only behove on the president, but all of us should be able to work and lead our people with great courage. And that is precisely what we will seek to do.
Whatever problems we are solving in this country, there are still three main problems that are evading us. It's unemployment, poverty, and inequality. And you cannot resolve any one of those without getting investors on board.
All eyes are now on Finance Minister Malusi Gigaba. There's growing calls for Ramaphosa to appoint a new minister before the budget speech next week. Sumitra Nydoo, CGTN, Cape Town, South Africa.
Well, let's find out how President Ramaphosa's first SONA is going so far. Sumitra Nydoo now joins us just outside a parliament in Cape Town. Very welcome to the show, Sumitra. Now, of course, investors were looking to get some clarity on this new government strategy on key issues such as radical economic transformation as well as corruption. Did he deliver today?
Absolutely, Uche. Spoken like a true statesman. I think Ramaphosa took this opportunity to address many of the concerns that are worrying South Africans and the international community. So he did a really good job. He's still speaking. He was very diplomatic in the start, talking about the leadership problems that this country has gone through and the impact that it's had on the country, on the morale of the people in this country. But I think the bulk of his speech really was about the economy. It is a top priority for him. He really needs to fix this economy, and he went through addressing a number of challenges, and he also stated what kind of action he's going to be taking. So very interesting. There was quite a bit that he mentioned, things that are going to start happening pretty soon. He's going to be setting up a task team to look into youth unemployment and of course to invite young people to be a part of that radical economic transformation that you speak of. He's also going to be doing a job summit in the next few months. That also key. He says youth unemployment here again. Young people need to be incorporated into this economy and not only into just jobs, but support for them to help them, empower them, give them the tools to actually run their own enterprises. And he wants them to be very much a part of the financial system of this country. So a lot on the go. He made quite a few promises, and he did say that a lot of the resolutions that were taken at the ANC's 54th conference in December will be followed through. Land redistribution especially, that will go ahead. He said it's very important that the land be redistributed. He's also calling on financial institutions in the country to help assist with finance, because agriculture is going to be a big focus in getting this economy back on track. Uche?
Now, Sumitra, as you mentioned, he is certainly facing some huge structural challenges in the economy. Did his speech today indicate major changes to some policies and certainly his cabinet as well in the coming months?
It does certainly sound like there's going to be changes. We heard him yesterday in his first address at Parliament saying that he will be putting together a strong team that will support him in following all the policies that have been set down to grow this economy. So definitely there does seem to be some changes that are coming through on the cards. He said he will be setting up teams to discuss this and take it forward. He didn't make any definites on whether there's going to be a cabinet reshuffle, but we do get the sense that there are going to be changes. He did say that quite a bit needs to change going forward. We need to change the way this government has been run in the past. It's and of course he touched on the fact that this is a new dawn for the country, so there will be lots of changes on the cards. Uche?
Now, certainly a new dawn for the country, but not only is he going to have to deal with divisions in the ruling party, the ANC, but also we saw opposition parties like the EFF walking out during his swearing in. So I know the address is still going on, but has today's SONA revealed a much more united and a certainly more warmer political environment?
Oh, absolutely. And I think, when you speak to people on the ground, they feel like the EFF and their decision to walk out of Parliament yesterday was uncalled for, it was unnecessary, and it shouldn't have happened. This is besides the point that some people think that the EFF has a point, that the ANC has big problems and they want, of course, Parliament to be dissolved and re-elections. But today the EFF was in Parliament. They sat through for SONA. The State of the Nation address started on time, so everything went on well. And you are getting the sense, we've watched so many people walk into Parliament today, and you're definitely getting the sense that people are ready to work together, to be united, and ready to get down to some serious work to restore confidence, investor confidence, and to get this economy growing again.
Now, Sumitra, one of the major issues he has pledged to handle is the issue of corruption in South Africa. And looking forward, today we heard Barclays Bank was exonerated. That was after a South African court threw out findings that it had benefited from an apartheid-era bailout of another bank. So on what grounds was this thrown out? And certainly, what does it mean for Ramaphosa's corruption fight?
Well, the issue with this Barclays Bank has been going on for so many years, and this was a real issue for the South African Reserve Bank and for Barclays. Of course, there's still court action pending there, but this was one of the big concerns, and I think this was one of the issues that he raised as well yesterday, that he will be tackling corruption head on. This case has been going on for quite a while, and it's just too long to start reopening this case. It's been thrown out so many times, and that report by the public protector is still being looked at. So obviously, this, along with so many other issues that are plaguing this country right now, I think Cyril Ramaphosa is ready to tackle all of this head on. And he did say that he was going to set up a team to look into some of these corruption issues immediately, as well as put in teams to look at identifying the structural problems that are facing this economy at this stage.
Well, we have to leave it there, but as always, many thanks, Sumitra, for that update. Sumitra Nydoo joining us there in Cape Town.